Hello, I'm Ella, a middle-aged love coach. John Barrymore, an American actor, wittily expressed that sexual life occupies a very small amount of time but can bring about an enormous amount of trouble. This suggests the importance of restraint and effort in this aspect of life. In today's video, we've prepared content about the marital relationship, a significant part of life for couples. As we live, it's too easy to neglect our relationships with our spouses. Through this video, let's make an effort to improve those relationships. Please don't forget to subscribe, like, and set notifications. Thank you. Many people dismiss the idea of learning about sexual life as they age, often responding with, "At my age, why bother?" and simply moving on. When we're younger, there's a natural curiosity and eagerness to learn about sexuality and physical intimacy. However, as we age, this effort tends to diminish. Today, I want to discuss sexual life in older age, based on expert opinions. This topic is relevant to anyone experiencing the physical declines associated with aging, and I've prepared thoroughly for this interesting subject. As we get older, physical aging can lead to a decline in sexual function, often causing psychological shrinkage and making a normal sexual life challenging. Consequently, some people indiscriminately turn to drugs or sexual aids to compensate. In youth, one might sprint 100 meters at full speed or party all night and still manage to go to work the next day. But as we age, that's not quite feasible anymore. Sexual life is similar. We must accept the fact that as we age, it becomes difficult to engage in sexual activities as frequently or for as long as we did when we were younger. It's important to find a wise and understanding relationship with each other, acknowledging that sexual desire still exists in old age. Couples need to make an effort to fill the gaps where possible, but it's crucial not to be overly influenced by excessive sexual knowledge, desires, or information. When we were younger, we could eat spicy and stimulating foods without any issues. However, as we age, our bodies can no longer tolerate such harsh foods, and we naturally gravitate towards milder options. The same applies to our sexual lives. Rather than insisting on penetrative or stimulating sex as in youth, it's important to also embrace expressions of affection and intimacy surrounding sexual activity. This includes not just physical union, but also showing interest, engaging in intimate conversations, caressing, hugging, kissing, and sharing feelings to maintain a relationship within an emotional bond. It's suggested, albeit tactfully, that couples should not shy away from engaging in vulgar conversations or lewd actions to stimulate each other, which is considered acceptable between spouses. As people age, some wives find it challenging when their husbands become overly demanding due to their sustained physical health, leading to an increase in husbands who primarily seek penetrative and male-centric sexual activities. There's also a concern about husbands who imitate pornographic material or insist on using potentially harmful aids, putting physical strain on their partners. Many wives struggle with whether to acquiesce to these excessive sexual demands, as it can lead to feelings of degradation and shame in wives whose sexual preferences do not align with their husbands. Another factor is the opinions of those around us. Some say they engage in it more than several times a week, but instead of relying on these unreliable comparisons, it's important to focus on what suits our relationship. Even if something seems too extreme or lewd, if both partners are okay with it, then it's acceptable. However, if one partner rejects even a less severe action, then it's not permissible. Additionally, husbands need to understand their wives' bodies. There are two common misconceptions about women's bodies after menopause. One is thinking that a woman's sexual function ends with menopause. The other is wondering whether a normal relationship like before is possible regardless of menopause. Both are not correct. After menopause, the priority should be understanding how the changes in hormones affect the wife and how she can regain sexual excitement. Wives also need to understand their husbands. Instead of considering an ever-demanding husband in old age as troublesome, it should be accepted as normal. There's a tendency to think that because sexual arousal doesn't come as easily as in youth, there must be a lack of sexual desire. Of course, it may not be as fiery every night as when younger, but a man's desire doesn't just disappear. There's an old saying that as long as a man has the strength to step over a threshold, he's capable. If a wife dismisses her husband's desires in old age as foolish and ignores them, the husband might feel his presence as a man is being denied, leading to loss of confidence and depression. In cases where the husband is constantly demanding rather than showing no interest at all, it might be worth considering the opposite issue. The Gerontological Society of America released a study on sex in old age and happiness among married men and women over 65. The results showed that elderly couples who had sex at least once a month reported a 60% general happiness rate and 80% were highly satisfied with their marriage. In contrast, elderly couples who had not had sex at all in the past year reported a happiness rate of only 40% and a high satisfaction rate of 59%. This underscores that maintaining a sexual relationship in old age is key to enhancing happiness between couples. Sexual activity not only brings happiness to a couple but also provides physical vitality. Moderate sexual activity serves as muscle exercise, making it an effective health method. The reasons why sexual life in old age is beneficial for health include the following. It is good for blood circulation. To alleviate symptoms for women going through menopause. It inhibits the progression of dementia and memory loss. It is effective in treating depression. It enhances immune function. It relaxes muscle tension, alleviating pain. It prevents osteoporosis in women. It prevents uterine diseases in women. It is beneficial for skin beauty and makes one look younger. It prevents erectile dysfunction in men. It prevents prostate diseases in men. With such benefits, it's clear that one shouldn't give up on this due to age alone. However, if one partner in a marriage faces issues regardless of their will, it's crucial to communicate and resolve these issues together. There was a 62-year-old man who was interested in maintaining a sexual life but couldn't due to erectile dysfunction and was too embarrassed to talk to his wife about it. Eventually, he mustered the courage to discuss his condition with her. In response, his wife scheduled an appointment for him at a urologist and accompanied him for consultation. Fortunately, the husband's condition was due to poor blood circulation to the penis and was treatable with simple medication. Following this, the couple's physical intimacy and sexual life improved significantly, leading to a much happier marriage and what they considered a second honeymoon. Common issues in the sexual relationships of the elderly include erectile dysfunction in men and vaginal dryness causing dyspareunia in women. As seen in the example above, these issues can often be resolved easily with medication or the use of lubricants, so don't hesitate to seek solutions. In old age, there is undoubtedly a difference in sexual desire between spouses, necessitating a discussion about the frequency and manner of sexual activity to find a mutual understanding. Satisfaction can be found in various ways within the range of what both partners are comfortable with. This concludes our discussion on the sexual life of the elderly. Thank you for watching until the end. I am Ella, a coach for romance in middle age. Have a wonderful day.